Wait.
Why? And
I told him to wait.
Told it to what?
Wait.
Why?
I left my children 2 days ago.
Oh boy. All right. So hey guys, sorry for the delay, but we're here. We had to get some things in order.
Was surprised to be.
Yeah, surprise to you. I'm sorry.
I
Hang
wasn't
on.
expecting it.
Oh really? What happened there?
Well, I thought I said we weren't doing it,
Yeah, but we all said we were. So that would
but
should
I
have
thought,
been.
but I said I didn't think it was a good idea. So I assumed you guys would listen to me, and that
No.
didn't happen. You guys just showed up at my house.
So we commandeered your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was earlier today, I come up to Tim's house. I noticed Ben isn't here. So I called Tim and I'm like, hey, is Ben coming? And he's like, for what? I'm like, the show. He's
Well,
like,
wasn't he kind of thrown off by you being here just randomly?
No, I was like, man, I really feel bad for you. You know, you came all over. We're not doing a show.
yeah, like I drove the farthest and it's like, and I was like, man, I wasted a lot of gas. I drive a big truck, you know, but then he's like, well, call Ben, see what's happening, whatever. But we're not doing a show. I'm like, all right. So I call Ben, and then as I'm pulling out, Ben is pulling in, and I'm like, I guess we're doing a show. So, and Tim was just like, I didn't know we were doing this. And like, even Paul was like, oh, I'm gonna be late to the show.
Whatever.
So, it happens to the best.
So that's why
of us.
I'm brewing coffee right
Can't
now.
even make coffee.
I can make coffee. I'm making it the correct way. Patience. Let it sit. Let it get stronger. I will press it the French way, and I'll pour you a nice hot cup of Joe.
You go bonjour when you press it.
Bonjour.
Interesting.
Oh boy. So what do you guys want to talk about first? We got a couple of things. We got Coach Kickers that took place. Obviously, we had our conversation with Will Parsons, which is great. I think it was the battle breakdown that I still enlightened by it. With where we discussed what happened between Taylor Ray and Taylor Hall.
Yeah.
What happened with the inner clipping point, which was again just something that completely missed at the time of the event when we were there. And when he brought it to our attention, I was like, "Pew!"
Yeah.
And so that was that. Go ahead.
It just goes to show like the experience of the judges that they have in drifting and all those years. Like we said, about 50 years accumulated together in drifting, and the fact that they were able to see that, especially Will admitting that Officer Dan saw it live, not on the live stream, just with his own eyes. It's pretty crazy that they were able to catch that, because you know we've been around drifting for a while ourselves, and we didn't catch it. you know,
That's why we're not the judges.
Yeah,
Thank goodness for that.
we're just
I'll
fans.
say that. You'll hear me say that several times.
Yeah. But we always have to state that we're not the judges, because you know people
Get confused. They think we're the judges.
At first,
Nobody
it was
thinks
really
you're the
bad.
judges.
Yeah, when we first started,
Yeah,
they thought we were the judges.
yeah, yes.
Yeah, we had them. I made comments based on the reason why I brought that up is because, these guys, how these guys are judging, and I can't believe they don't know what they're talking about. They blah blah blah. They don't even know how to drift. They don't know what drift is. That's what they
No,
told
we don't. But
No.
that's okay. I mean, what was some highlights from the event?
Well, yes, that was definitely one of the highlights. Alec Honadell versus Nate Hamilton.
Alec Honndale taking a transmission from Rome
Yeah,
and then stealing his money.
stealing his money. Well, I guess it was never really his yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
He didn't have possession, but did upset the chances of Rome getting $1,000, which kind of sucked for Rome. But I
Yeah.
don't think at the end of the day, I think everything was fine. Now I believe
Yeah.
that transmission's in somebody else's car. It went
I think
out-
it's Ben
came-
Hobson.
Moved to
Yeah, it's
Ben
now it's
Hobson's car, yeah.
So that's
Well, at least what it looked like.
Let's
is
elaborate
that,
a
is
little
that
bit.
Sure.
for that's a Cholo transmission, right? What do you call it?
A chonga?
Chonga. That transmission's a Chonga.
A little highly talk for you. But let's elaborate a little bit about what happened there exactly, because maybe some people are a little bit lost. What happened was in qualifying, obviously there's 2 rounds. The first round, everybody gets their first lap, and then on the second round, everybody gets their second lap. Well, on the first round, Rome had a 91, I believe it was.
It was up there, yeah. It was like 91 or 92, yeah.
Yeah, something really high. He was number 1 qualifier for most of qualifying.
Yeah.
Alec Honadell went for his qualifying lap. Car broke.
And he was the last qualifier.
Yeah. Yeah, and so in
In his first run, he zeroed.
Yeah, in his first round, his car was zeroed. Car broke. He zeroed. So on the second round, he was able to get the transmission borrowed from Rome Charpentier.
Charpenter. I said
Okay.
it's French carpenter. Charpenter.
Why does it smell like marijuana? What the hell?
What do you
the
smell?
coffee?
Yeah.
Doesn't smell like marijuana. It makes a little hemp in it. That's
It's-
all. That's not the same thing.
It's a hemp
Marijuana hemp.
coffee?
It's very herbal.
Yes.
Yeah, herbal tea. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
So by the time Alec was going up to for his second qualifying run, it
Careful.
Yeah.
Hot.
let's pass this.
He's
over
got big
here.
old arms. He can reach.
I don't want it to spill. That's all.
Pass the joint coffee.
Yeah. So by the time it was time for Alec to do his second qualifying run, Rome was still number one qualifier with 91 or 92. Don't know the exact detail there, but he was the last car on grid for qualifying, and he puts up a 95, which obviously means
No,
that
it was a
he.
92.
No, 92.
Oh, was it a 92?
Yeah, beat him by
Yeah,
1
that's why
point.
you can keep
Oh,
score.
sorry, I'm like confusing.
Zach?
It's all right. The
Dude.
point is that
Freaking hell.
he got more
Yeah.
points. Like my color changing cup. Look at that panda changing white. Boy.
So
right there, buddy.
yeah, that was definitely one of the highlights of the event was qualifying. It was interesting too, seeing how so many people had to qualify in the wet,
Mm.
which was not entertaining.
And another thing. Oh no, it's not leaking, is it?
Cup
And
is-
another thing. Remember that there was a miscommunication on what the drivers were allowed to do in their sight lap.
Yes. There was some drivers that somehow got the idea that they were not supposed to drift through their sight lap, but it's like, how else are they going to feel out a wet track that they've
I
never
don't know
driven
how
on?
that happened. Oh well, I do know how that happened. Supposedly, is that somebody did take fault for it, and they just suggested that. They said I wouldn't drift it, but you can.
Yeah.
They said I wouldn't, but he didn't really tell them that they couldn't. But he said that he
Wouldn't, couldn't, kind of rhymes, so it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, definitely a bummer for a lot of those drivers.
Well, I know it's only a handful of drivers that did that.
Yeah, but you know, it did affect qualifying in a small little way, I guess you could say. But I mean, that was a shame.
It was. But life went on, and we still had a good top 60. Well, top 64 went by pretty quick, and then top 32 started getting serious.
Did we
top
have
16.
anybody that got double zeros?
Oh,
Yeah,
well, yeah.
Nilo-
We had a
Nilo
couple.
was one of them.
Yeah.
Really?
There was a few of them. There was definitely a few of them.
Nick Castleberry.
Yeah,
Very, yes.
that was a big one.
Matt Schulman.
Matt Shulman.
Matt Shulman, yeah.
Yeah, Matt was
Mm.
having issues with the car all weekend.
We're gonna have to catch up with him and see what's going on. Hopefully, he can get it figured out for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 rounds left, so
Yeah, I mean, he's got to at least do
I
something.
thought I saw that it couldn't change a belt in time or something like that.
yes, it was a belt.
Yeah, it was a belt. That's right. This time it was a
That's
belt.
the only reason he zeroed his second run.
Yeah.
Who?
Schulman. He lost the
Oh,
belt.
Shulman, okay.
I couldn't change a belt because the engine was too hot, so they were burning their hands.
And then there was Ben Julian, our round 2 winner, getting knocked out in top 64, top 32. I forgot which one it was.
I thought it was.
I think
top
it was
32.
32.
32, I believe it was. You might be right. Yeah, because he still got 16 points plus 2 for qualifying on that round. So yeah, that must have been top 32.
Mhm.
But that was kind of crazy to see somebody go from so high to so low. You know.
It's most of my life.
Uh,
Go from high to low quite
But
often.
we did see, Ben win the last round, and then Taylor win this round,
yeah.
which was cool. So see him dueling, or back-to-back Miatas.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And the memes that came from that, right?
Yeah.
Like with the little kid hiding underneath, FD car, pro FD cars hiding underneath the school desk,
Yeah.
and then
I
Miata
didn't
like
see
a
that one.
monster, like it says
I didn't
Miata.
see that one at
You
all.
didn't see that? That was good.
Yeah, there was a few of them. It was pretty cool. It's great to see home built cars, going up against these FD Pro cars and take them out. I mean, it's
Sounds like
There was some controversy there.
maybe
from what I
Taylor Ray
understand,
should just build little spec Miatas, like drift spec Miatas.
yeah. Just start a little factory.
Flip 'em.
Drift spec Miata.
Yeah. Anything else?
Well,
Nope, I guess that's it.
no, hey, relax.
show.
Okay, hang on. I want to welcome Zach to the chat.
Oh, Zach
Okay.
is
And he writes, we only had 55 drivers in top 64,
Oh, see.
and most of those were due to double zeros.
Ah,
Right.
see.
Yeah.
Wow, so that's a good portion.
Yeah, it's just that
Yeah.
wet track for qualifying made it tough for a lot of these drivers. So
I don't think it was just that.
Well,
I
we
think
can
it was
always
other
count on Zach
failures.
giving us the proper information.
Yes.
yeah, what
Mr. What is it again? 96 or something?
Yeah, 96.
I said
What the hell's wrong with
95.
you?
95?
5.
Whatever you
I was
said.
one off. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, well, I was 3
Well, he
off.
was
Big
actually
deal.
closer than you.
Oh, good lord.
Mm.
That was just crazy. I'm just trying to like queue up something here that I saw, but
You're trying to pull up Noel's OnlyFans?
no, I'm
Okay.
not.
So, Paul, you've been working on the car. Let's talk about that.
I've been working on the car.
Yeah, just
What
do
have you
that.
got done?
Zero, nothing. No.
Okay, so if
I've,
you watched our videos of the road to round 3, you would saw Paul's garage and his stack of parts next to his car. Are
Yep.
those boxes still like that?
not all of them.
What has been done?
I did take a bunch of stuff off the car.
So nothing has been put on yet.
Well, I put brake lines on the car.
Okay, so which is probably the smallest box in that pile.
Yeah, I figured I got to get rid of one of them
Yeah,
because I bought more parts, so I need to make room.
You gotta make room for more parts. So let me see. I'll put the brake lines in.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I started taking parts off, and I'm like, I've already taken this off. I might as well replace that. And it was like, okay, I took that off, and then I'm like, damn, I should do that too. Take that off, and then I just end up, as I'm taking more parts off, I start replacing more things. Pretty much the whole underneath of the car is going to be brand new.
And you got a new radiator too, right?
Got a new radiator. Yeah, I got to put that in, but that's easy. That'll be fast. What?
It's that if it was just that one thing, but you have like the whole front end, the whole rear end, you have to put together.
Yeah, but I mean, most,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you got a drift event in 2 weeks, don't you?
Yeah, well, I have a 3-day weekend, so
Oh, there you go.
I got a lot done last weekend. So I mean, I got a lot taken. I mean, all I did before that was just have like one corner taken off. Now I have all the suspension components, everything from control arms to upper control arms for actual struts and springs. So I can put the field coilovers on. I can put the WiseFab kit on. I have to drop the cross member. I got to weld that together with the rack relocation kit.
Okay.
So I'm trying to record all this too for the channel.
Okay.
So that's another thing that takes time. Which
Yeah,
is
that does slow
annoying,
you down.
really.
Yeah.
I wish if I could probably just bang out the whole car real quick.
Maybe you should
But-
just bang out the whole car. Just put the
No,
camera
but I mean,
somewhere.
for how much stuff I'm putting in, I'm like, well, I should record this.
No,
at
yeah,
least.
you should. It sucks. You have to slow it down.
Yeah, but it's fun at the same time, and then I
Mhm.
can go back and watch it. You know, you have something to
Yeah.
go back on.
That's documentation.
So we see what I put in wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, I put that completely in wrong.
You can trace back your
Oh,
errors.
yeah, exactly.
See where you went wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I just did that because I just put tow mirrors on my pickup truck and I was trying to get the door panel off and I'm pulling on it and then like I figured out like I broke something and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I watched a video of how to do the mirrors after I did the mirrors. I'm like, oh
That's a
man,
bad
I probably
idea.
should have watched this first. But they're on and they're working. I just got to hook up the light switches, so or the blinkers.
What are you queuing up, Ben?
In this moment with Alec Hollindale, which, I mean,
Hollandale sauce.
yeah, I mean, look at this guy.
Hollandale sauce.
What he's doing? He has the time to go blow a kiss to the drone. What's the matter
I didn't
here?
even notice that. Holy cow! When
Look
did you
at-
pick up on that?
I mean, I saw it on the feed, and I was just like, "This is insane! Like, this is your number one qualifier for 2 rounds, and it's like,
He blows a kiss.
And he makes it look so easy.
Yeah. Good old Alec.
what an animal, man!
He's a good guy.
Seriously.
very nice. I
Yeah.
know I never really talked to him, and I didn't realize how humble he is. He's a very humble guy.
Yeah.
His dad's really
Yeah.
cool too.
Yeah.
I never talked to any of them.
Yeah.
But just the limited, exposure with just you guys talking to him, as far as interviewing, and seems like a real humble dude. And
Yeah, that's
the
the
way,
hardest
the
thing.
way he spoke of Randy Noah, I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool that he really thought highly of Randy, and I'm sure that meant a lot to Randy too,
Yeah.
because Alec is definitely one of the higher caliber drivers in the world. I know he's not competing like he was before, but he's definitely
But
got
he's
the
been
talent.
Yeah,
He's been there.
He's
so
been there. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's
world
definitely
class.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys to watch out for. I mean, he's he's leading the points still. We're gonna get to that in a little bit as far as the points go. But I mean, every time he comes out is like he's gonna do something amazing, or like it's just like watch out for him,
Mhm.
and he's been out there. He's been out there at the top level, and he's done pretty well out there as well. So I mean, we're waiting to see what else comes from Alec, because I think especially this year leading the championship for clutch kickers,
Mhm.
I think it's gonna be an uphill battle for everybody else.
Mhm.
Hey, how'd it go with the interviews? Because
I think
I
you-
spent like
well-
2 weeks working on these damn video interviews, and it just got to a point where I was just like, I don't want to.
Noel's a little upset about that.
I'm not
Really? Why?
upset. I'm actually,
Noel's upset. Let's talk about it. now.
why am I upset? Why am I upset?
Paul, go ahead.
So I don't know if Matt doesn't like Noel.
Probably
Wait,
doesn't. That's
wait,
fine.
which
But-
Matt?
Well,
Stone?
Matt Stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of Noel's interviews were played. All of Tim's were played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he was. I'll just Noel wasn't. I wouldn't say he was angry, but it definitely caught his attention
It
because he made
touched him.
mention of it quite a few times,
Yeah.
and it would me as well. I'd be like, okay,
Yeah, it caught my attention because I was like,
First couple times you're like, okay.
well, no,
But-
because I was like, oh, thank God they're not playing one of mine. And then I was like, oh wait,
they're not playing.
they're not playing any of them.
What the heck? You got what you wanted for.
Yeah, so
He-
that's
he
why I
wanted
said
them-
that's why I said no, I'm not mad. He just likes to say I'm
I
mad.
am just talking about it. That's
Yeah.
all. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
But no, I think they all came out relatively well. I think the only one that we had an issue was with Troy Manners, but Ben ended up just not even going to that part and just cutting it off early. I watched that one, so.
Surprised you noticed that. Well, yeah, you were.
Well, because I
filming.
was there in person, and I
Yeah.
just told Noel, just Noel, roll with it, Noel, redo it.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
you just still screw it. I'm just cutting it here.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, because I thought the other part was going to be a little better, but I was like, no, it's a little worse. So let me just back it up and cut it right there.
Okay.
and apparently I shake people's hands too long. I don't let them go. They're trying to pull
Yeah,
away.
if you
and
want
I-
to
and
see Tim
I
steal,
molest their hands.
Tim molests Nate
try to pull
Hamilton's hand. Nate Hamilton is filing a suit against
Yeah.
Tim for molestation of his hands
I was groping his
because
palm.
it was just that you were grasping it so tightly, and he was like, "Let go of my hand,
He,
let go of my hand, get over here, get over here." Yeah, that's what it looked like.
yeah, I think it's funny though. Like I could feel that they want to pull away, and I just hold on.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like that.
I
awkward-
almost, I'm behind the camera, and I'm like, "Tim, let
I
go of
do-
his hand, let go of his hand."
I find
Let go of his
humor.
hand!
I find humor in some weird stuff, and it really only makes
Yeah.
me laugh. Right? Like at the end of the day, I think it's funny.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I know just thinking what that person's thinking, it just makes me laugh. Whether it makes nobody else laugh, so I do
Well,
stupid stuff like that.
But you don't want it to be like something that's so distracting that like that's what people remember from the interview. They
Yeah,
don't
you- no,
remember.
I know I shouldn't do it, but
Yeah.
but I thought it was funny.
It's
Well,
fine.
even-
It brings charisma to the
Charisma?
to the
Charisma?
interview. Yeah,
Charisma.
like it brings a little
Chunk.
something.
A little.
No. Anyway,
It brings a little sexual harassment to the table.
okay. No, I didn't want to say that.
just-
but-
Well, we have, and then you had the interview with Magic Mike, where Tim
Oh, yeah.
brought up being angry to Magic Mike, and Magic Mike was like, "Wait, what is this guy?"
That
talking
wasn't
about?
that
Yeah.
bad though. That
No,
was.
but you could see in the interview, he's like,
But
"What?"
but that's the thing is like he's got that puzzled face, and then when he understands, like, oh, it's like light bulb goes off. That's what I was going for.
Yeah, no, it was
Do you
great.
want
worked out.
to
It worked-
play back, or do you want to go
You
and
have
like
it?
Yeah, you have
do a play-by-play?
Yeah,
breakdown.
that sounded good.
Let me go and
Yeah,
cue
you're
that up.
gonna find it. Okay, so. Well, we can talk about something else. What other interviews did we like? You had Rome, where I thought you did a cringe thing at the end, where
Oh, I
you,
kind of threw him under the bus.
were talking about
I was like,
him
oh, except when you're giving me low scores, like
and
I
like,
told
people like nobody knows what the hell you're talking
I
about.
know, but that's like one of the things that yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't do those things, but I think it's funny.
I think it's that one was the only cringy one. I think.
Well, I mean,
that was
if
kinda
you would have
cringy.
given a little context, like a little background to it.
No, I was trying to give him a quick little dig before I signed out.
Yeah.
like, oh, is
There
this
we
it?
go. Well, yeah,
This
he's
is-
got. He's
All
got.
right.
He's got.
All right, so
loaded up.
right here.
Well, hold on. He's not there yet.
You gotta go back further.
Further, you sure?
Yeah, it's right when I start talking. It's like right when we first start talking.
I don't think it's right when you first start talking.
No, I thought it was.
I think you're
Running
good.
great, the Divulge Motorsports tune. We got our Opposition Motorsports library on now, so you can go to the website oppositionracing.com and buy merch. But yeah, qualifying didn't go as planned, but we're in the show. I think we're going up against Colette first. she's very smooth and consistent. So we're just going to try to, keep it on track and focus on what we need to do.
Now, we've seen in the past events, you get a little upset and cause a storm.
See, I said cause a storm, but he didn't click.
It didn't click in his
So
brain.
right
no.
here, I'm like, okay. I'm leading him into it. He's getting serious, right?
What would you say, Ben? When being real goes bad?
Oh,
Yeah, we're keeping it real.
keeping it real.
Keep
goes
it real,
wrong.
it goes bad. Yeah.
So anyways, you see Mike, he's dialed
like,
in.
what the
he's
hell?
like, okay, where is he going with this?
I'm gonna slam
Where is he going with this? But I'm gonna let him keep talking. I'm gonna let this cracker keep talking to me, and let's see where he goes with this.
Okay, let's go back.
I want to thank you personally for not going to yesterday. I really appreciate that because I saw it coming. That's probably because you're retired. So it's
The funny part about that is yesterday I'm in the pits as that was all happening, and we're like, this cloud's going this way, this cloud, and as I'm doing this with my hands, a lady walks by and goes, put your hands down. And I'm like, wait, it took us a moment. She's like, you can't do that. I'm like, oh shit.
put Mike in the trailer, damn it.
Yeah, so no intermittent weather this time. Obviously Florida, so we're gonna have some rain running through, but no, I'm feeling good and everyone's looking good, so it should be a good competition this weekend.
Well, the car.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't bad.
But
No, it
it was
wasn't
something that stood out.
Yeah. But I think it made for a better interview.
No, I think it was great. I'm just commenting. I thought it was funny.
I'm trying to get better
So-
with my interviews.
Well, obviously they were that great that they didn't play one of Noel's.
That doesn't mean that I was good. It just means I was better, right? It doesn't mean necessarily that I was good. It just means I was better. That's it.
Okay, we'll go with
It's not,
that.
really it's not really an accomplishment, but okay.
No,
We'll let you have it.
But what I'm saying, that's going to give Noel, something to strive for,
So, and something to aspire to.
to aspire to. Right? That's a goal to achieve.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So
To improve. You always want to improve, even if it's 1%. It's an improvement. You
Yeah.
always want to go forward.
yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, everybody really. I mean, pretty much all the drivers did very well with the interviews. I think we had a couple guys that were shy, but most of them did really well. Like, I didn't find an issue. There was only, I think, Josh or what was it? The O'Connor kid. What was his name?
Sully.
Sully.
Going to your kind of addressing this whole how the interviews went is
Okay.
learning more how to interview, getting more experience interviewing drivers or whoever, because we also interviewed Missy Waters.
Okay.
You go into it with a set of questions that we came up with beforehand.
Mhm.
So taking those questions, trying to remember to ask them in the right order and finish a complete thought, because one of the biggest issues I have is I speak half sentences. Like I won't even finish a sentence before I move on to a whole nother sentence. Like halfway through a sentence, in my brain I want to rephrase it.
Okay.
So I'll wait a minute, that doesn't make sense, and I'll rephrase it. So that's a struggle that I'm working with to build my interview skills. But another thing that I'm trying to work on is pulling information out of drivers, like you had mentioned with Connor O'Sully, or some of the other drivers. You'd say, "Oh, so what do you drive?" You'd be like, "Oh, I drive a Nissan."
Oh,
Okay, so will tell us more to try to pull more information to finish that question. Not really finish the question, but to help them answer the question more complete.
Right.
That's my job and
Yeah.
Noel's job as an
Yeah.
interviewer to get that information on the screen for everybody to be able to watch and to come up with new questions, but to be able to keep the conversation on track and get the questions answered fully and to be able to dive in certain areas of the questions that we may feel may be more interesting. Maybe more people want to know about that. Like Missy, she talked about something and I was like, oh, so you're not just this, you're also more behind the scenes, because she does more stuff with the running of the events. She has experience working with pro teams and stuff. So trying to get deeper into certain questions, but figuring out a way to do that without stumbling over my words has been a challenge for me.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely feel the same way. I mean, there was a few interviews where I had to extract a little bit more information out of the driver, but it's just, getting a little bit more of an elaborate answer just to keep it more interesting. So, but it's definitely something that we're both working on. We're learning how to be better at that. So
cool. Have you guys managed to see the after movie?
I did. I did watch that.
I have not
movie.
been able to.
Oh, you have not watched it?
Yeah, I watched the
did
whole
watch
thing.
It.
It was really
It was good. It was really good. I really appreciate how much they kept our voices in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay, we're actually, it maybe it's not a big deal on their end. Maybe they're like, oh, well, why wouldn't we? But for us, we really have kind of fallen in love with the Clutch Kicker series.
Yeah.
So when they do stuff like that, it makes us. It's almost like, okay, they care about us. Does that make it's kind of like cheesy, but it makes us feel like wanted.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
we want to be
we're
included.
part of the family.
Right. Like
Yeah.
we're getting there, and we know that takes time, right?
It's like the Olive Garden.
Yes. What?
Yeah, when you're here, we're your family.
Okay. All right. So yeah. So like that. So at first, I at the beginning, I could understand why there'd be that separation because they don't really know us. But this season, we've been able to dive deeper into these relationships. And when they do stuff like that, for me at least, it makes me feel good because I'm like, okay, it's like that. Except that bond is starting to form between Drift Sessions and Clutch Kickers, to where we're becoming part of the family, I guess. Hopefully,
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm not overstepping my bounds, but maybe we're still the bastard child, but,
I think
we're
yes.
family nonetheless.
I definitely don't feel that way. I mean, every time I go, it's like
How do you feel?
I know. I mean, as
Tell us
far,
how you
like
feel.
Yes.
I don't feel like the bastard child. Like every time I go,
You really
it's-
don't play your interviews?
Yeah, well, I don't mind that. I'm cool with that. No, but it's more like you get there and it's like everybody knows who you are. Hey, what's up, man? I was like,
You getting free food?
yeah, free food.
That
Like,
was good.
It's a big deal for us.
yeah,
It is.
Savio hooking it up, and
Well,
then
we got the-
Clutch Kickers also
with the
hooking it up.
wraps.
Yeah, the wraps, those are good too. Like
yes.
it was all good, man.
Mhm.
So it's definitely like we're definitely fitting into their mold.
Yeah, we don't feel like so much as outsiders as we did when we first got there, which we're kind of
Yeah.
like, well, this is way out of our zone. This is not Miami.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're
not
not in
even-
Kansas
It's not,
anymore.
it's not even Palm Beach. It's like, oh my God, this is a whole new place.
Yeah, we can't ban anyone here.
Yeah,
No,
can't be-
no, we're the banned ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Just one wrong move. That's it. No, but do we want to move into like the points for Clutch Kickers?
Well, are we done with the interviews?
Oh, wow.
Or-
Do you want to go over a couple more
Don't-
interviews?
I don't think we need to go over points. The points are up there.
Well, no, he wants to talk about
Like the
the
shake
points.
Have Zach talk about it.
Yeah, how everything is. Yeah, let Zach talk about it.
I got all the points right here.
Did Zach give you the points? Okay, there we go.
Sheesh.
Well, I can pull it up on the website. Go ahead and just start talking
Yeah, go
about it
ahead.
while I pull it up on the website.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. We'll just go through the top 10 in points. There has been a little bit of a shakeup. Not as much as I expected, but we'll start with number 10. Number 10 is.
I got your message.
Oh, okay.
Carry on.
Number 10, Rome Charpentier.
Sharpen terror.
Okay. Well,
Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Sharp-
Sharpenter.
Carpenter.
She is sharp
Sharpenter.
carpenter.
All right. Okay. Anyway, number 9. You keep fighting about it. That's fine.
No, we're not fighting. We're trying to explain it
Like
to
Reese
you.
Marine.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't call him Marin.
Okay. Anyway, number 9,
Now you're just
Dustin
throwing him
Miles.
Dustin Miles.
Dustin Miles is in 9th place. Number 8 is Dirk Stratton. Number 7, Taylor Ray.
With only one round of points.
Yeah. So and he was 27th going into this round, into round
He
3.
was sitting on the zero. Now
Yeah.
he's got 100.
Yeah, now he's got 135. Does that say that? No.
Yeah, 100.
Yeah,
It
135.
does say 135, but that's not right. It should
yeah,
be
it,
103.
yeah. No. What? Oh, yeah.
Zach.
Uh-oh. What happened there?
Yeah, hang on. What is going on here?
Yeah, so maybe he's not in 7th, huh? Well, maybe. Well, whenever he can come up with an explanation.
Zach, look, he's in the
Oh,
chat.
shoot, hang on.
Uh-oh. You got the right, maybe, Paul? Maybe
we have the
Something's
wrong
not
one.
right. They deleted his first round points.
Oh, because he did
He
qualify.
qualified, but he didn't place.
Okay.
He
Oh.
had points at round 1. I'll fix it momentarily. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you.
There we go.
So Taylor Hall's
Thank you,
in
sir.
6th. He was in 9th coming into this round. Troy Manners is in 5th with that 2nd place finish on round 3. Nate Hamilton is in 4th.
Are
And
you serious? Taylor Hall, Taylor Ray are right next to each other?
yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
Oh wow,
and then
it's fuel to the fire.
so yeah.
Look, hang on. Let me put pause for
Okay.
and touch on that for a moment. I feel like that's a story in itself. That is a movie in itself.
Yeah.
Taylor Ray, Taylor Hall.
Yeah, both of them. Like
It's like it's the trilogy. Like
It's
you know,
David
it's not,
versus
it's not a
Goliath.
trilogy at this
It's
point.
David
It's
versus
because they
Goliath.
battled
on-
3 times.
No, this is an ongoing battle. It's
Saga.
like it's like the never-ending saga.
It's a never-ending story.
Yeah, and it's. I mean, when is it gonna end?
Well, they filmed 4, 5, and 6. We just watched this season, last season. So we got more to go.
So, all right.
Okay.
All right.
What the hell did you just say?
Exactly. I don't know what
We're
it
just
said.
gonna
It made
say
absolutely
that-
no
we're
sense
just gonna-
whatsoever.
okay, that's
it made
fine.
sense in my head when it came out. It didn't.
4, 5, and 6.
This is what you were talking about earlier.
Is-
How you want to
is it a Star Wars-
rephrase?
is Star
Yeah,
Wars
it's a Star
reference?
Wars
It's a Star
reference.
Wars
Okay, so
reference.
That's a Star Wars
It's
reference.
a
So
Star
we're
Wars
gonna
reference.
get the prequels next.
Yeah.
Basically,
Oh God, we're gonna find out
makes
how.
no sense whatsoever.
Anyway, all right. So starting off the top 3, Adam LZ in 3rd place. Number 2 is Ben Julian. He held his position.
Oh wow,
Yeah, which
that's crazy.
yeah, he ended the event in the top
So
32.
By how much closer though? Like is Adam to him? No.
Adam has 165 points
So that's a 4.
Oh, he's got 169.
and 106. Nice.
69.
69.
Yeah, so Ben Julian with 169 points, and then of course Alec Honadell. He's in 1st place with 192 points.
I thought he did. Oh wow, I thought he got a. Well, I mean, it was a big upset, but not a horrible upset.
Yeah, I mean it was still a top.
It was
16
mainly because Nate
finish.
Hamilton got knocked out, I guess.
Yeah, in the next round in the top 8, remember his engine was not running
Yeah.
right after the whole.
No
crash.
coolant.
Yeah.
You
So-
guys should take the opportunity to check out his video on the event.
I did.
Oh, you did?
I did, I
Okay,
watched him.
good. Yeah. And he actually goes further into detail as to like what his struggles that he went through for that weekend. Because it was like,
There was a ton of different things. There was fuel. It was just you.
We had fuel
I
pump
didn't know he had
issues.
such good videos. I actually watched more of his videos now. So
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was doing that.
but if you guys have a chance, definitely check it out. He definitely goes further into detail. And it wasn't like, we thought it was one thing, but it was a lot more to
Yeah,
it.
he's actually rebuilding the car now, so it'll be set up for next round.
Oh, that's great. Next round is August 22nd through 24th, I believe.
Yeah. I will tell you,
Something
watching the After movie,
Mhm.
there was a lot more mechanical issues that these drivers were going through that,
Yes.
than
That we
I
didn't know anything
remember that I
about.
really
Yeah.
knew about.
Well,
Yeah.
that's something that when they did the premiere, it's actually like there's like a live chat that takes place, and that's something that I pointed out during the premiere, that it was like there's so much that goes on in the pits that we're not aware of that the live stream can't capture, and I think that's one of the things that Matt and Austin from Alma Marketing or Creative, one of the two, that they're trying to sort of like shed some light into, because there's just so much that goes on behind the scenes that it's really difficult for anybody to be able to capture it unless you have the production team to do it. And for them to do that with the limited amount of manpower,
And all the other stuff that they're doing simultaneously already.
yeah, definitely. It definitely is an achievement in many ways. So my hats off to those gentlemen for what they've been able to accomplish.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But it is crazy to see that all these drivers are going through a lot more struggles than we think or know. Some of these cars are practically pro cars, and I mean, it's almost as if they're running on life support, because of how highly strung they are.
Well, let me give you an example with what was going on with Nate Hamilton. When they sort of fixed his cooling issue, but not really. It was sort of like a bit of a workaround. It wasn't really getting cooled.
Right.
So what they had to do was basically like push start him to the start line. That's why I remember we're like, where is he? Like, what's taking him so long?
Ice cold water on
Right,
top
they're
of the
flushing
engine.
out the water with cold water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way it would cool the engine down because they didn't have a radiator.
Correct.
Wow.
So it was just the whatever water was in the system that's what they're using to cool it.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit of having a rear mount radiator, though, because there's more water. And I remember listening to it when they were dumping the water. It was like, wow, it wasn't even really that hot.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but he was having other issues. It wasn't. The cooling was one thing to make sure the engine was running cool enough, but he was missing. Like
Yeah.
there was a fuel issue that I think that he was struggling with prior to the competition.
Yep.
That plagued
Well,
later on.
if once you watch this video, you can see they pulling out the foam from the cell, and the foam was starting to deteriorate, which we always know.
Oh, the
We know
dreaded
that's a big
foam.
issue.
That is.
Oh, yeah, with the
I took
foam.
the foam out of mine.
Yeah, you gotta
Baffle it.
You gotta replace the foam when you do it.
No, I wouldn't run it. I would just just baffle it and keep it
Well, I
full.
mean, the foam works. You just got it has a lifespan, so just replace it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, 20th to the 22nd August.
Oh, thank you for the correction.
Thank Zach for that.
And we will be staying much closer this time to the Island Hotel. We'll
Yeah.
stay about 5 minutes or so. 5 maybe 10 minutes.
Wait, you guys got this place?
Yeah, I got a place.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go.
Now you'll go.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Why? You got a room?
Well,
We'll have to make it work. But you said you weren't going. So instead of looking for a bigger place, I got a slightly smaller place because you said you weren't going. We can make it work. But you may just have to like sleep on the couch or something.
hey, I still haven't canceled the other.
No, it's
Just so you know that. So
What'd you get?
that option is still there.
We got a condo. It's a 3-bedroom condo.
A 3-bedroom condo.
Right on the beach, right down the street from Island.
That's fine.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just
I can
like
sleep on the couch.
that's
sleep with Noel.
No.
Come on, no.
No.
Doesn't it get hot around that time?
That's exactly what I'm trying to avoid.
Okay.
Oh, we'll figure that out. No, Paul will have to sleep on the
And-
couch.
And I would need like some really good earmuffs.
Is Gabby coming?
I don't know. I thought he was,
I thought he wasn't.
but I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to figure that out after the show. We'll figure it. We got almost 2 months to figure that out.
So yeah, that's your points after 3 rounds. There's 2 rounds left. So there's still a race. There's still a race to first place. I mean, there's a lot of drivers have opportunities. Taylor Ray can still make it happen. You know, from all the way back in fifth or 6th. He's in 6th, right? Or no, he's in 7th. That's right, from 27th to 7th. So, and our defending champion Taylor Hall is still in the mix. But then Alec Honadell, man, he's tough. He's a tough one to beat. So, but he can be beaten.
So, question: does Taylor Hall still have the opportunity to take the championship with 2 rounds left to go?
Oh yeah. There's plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Okay.
I mean, Alec will have to miserably like his car or not show.
Well,
Like,
let's see.
So
Taylor Hall.
if
has-
Taylor Hall wins the next 2 rounds,
he's less than 60 points away.
But then what if Alec gets second place on those two rounds?
Then
See,
Taylor
that's the
Hall
thing.
won't win in a way.
So there needs to be like a huge
Yeah.
We got 2 more
separation
rounds.
for that to happen.
Yeah, we only
Right.
got 2 rounds.
That's what I'm saying. So Alec has to be like a no-show.
The stage is pretty much set unless something drastically. I mean, Taylor Hall probably won't compete in the next round. Do we actually think he will?
He's competed every round last year. I don't see why he wouldn't.
When's FD on? Is in
It's
August?
It's the weekend after.
Yeah, there's no way he's gonna drive. He's gonna drive from.
He just did the weekend after this one was 50.
Yeah.
Him and Ben.
He's gonna drive all the way from. Wow. okay.
Yeah, he did it. He did it. He just did the last
Okay.
round.
Okay.
And I believe that after Clutch Kickers or before Clutch Kickers last year the final round they had FD. Like they went across the country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do it.
Yeah, they'll
Zach points out technically anyone in the top 11 still has a decent chance, depending, obviously.
Yeah.
Right.
Top 11. So, well, I guess
pretty crazy.
the next round will definitely narrow things down further.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, any closing thoughts on the event?
No, I thought it was great. I thought the events are really, really dialed in now. I love the start line. I love the cones. I love.
Yeah.
the
I
track
mean, right
looks
now, the
great.
only thing improvement wise, which I know that there's already rumors of, that is changing the layout. That'd be the
Now that we
only
got it
thing.
perfect, you want to change it?
But I'm saying
we gotta
that's
throw
the
a
only
challenge.
that's
No,
the
I'm
only
joking.
improvement that I could see, and not that the existing layout's bad.
No.
Just saying to add that, so
No,
now we're
yeah.
on the same layout all the
Yeah,
time.
to throw
Change
in
it
a
up.
variety.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. The current track is awesome. I think it makes for a great competition. But I think coming up with something new is definitely going to be a benefit.
Did we
future.
we find out if for next round we're going to be up in the room?
I don't know yet.
That is not confirmed as of yet.
Okay.
But I will definitely get that sorted out, and once I get information on that, I will
'Cause
relay it to you.
It's gonna be hot.
Oh, we know.
It's gonna be really hot.
We know it's going to be hot.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, I would not mind. I would prefer that if it means having to give up our tent to give it over to one of the other guys too.
Yeah, they definitely need it. The guys at the finish line, they, you know, the
Yeah, there was a couple of times when the run ended. I remember Dustin Miles and I forgot one other driver. They were like, they got like, I guess you could say, tired of waiting for a result. So they're like, it's too hot in here, and they were just
had to get
standing,
out.
you know, sitting outside of their car, and I don't blame them at all.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it was freaking hot.
I think it's a perfect opportunity perhaps for clutch kickers to invest in some umbrella girls to be right at the exit, right at the end, so
can have
that way
them
they
all.
could just pull up and just shoot right there,
Right
and
there.
Let's have
There we
super
go.
soakers and spray the guys in the face. That'd be fun.
Yeah, super
hey,
soakers.
all right,
The guy that wins gets sprayed in the face.
and use the pool water as a
Pool water.
source.
Or
Oh,
those
God,
sprinklers,
no.
you know, sprinklers that they go, they have like all these streams. They go shh, and it just.
How is it again? I missed it the first time, but thank you.
Again, yeah, there we go.
Oh boy.
How about just like a finish line that has like, you know, like the slip and slides that you know have like the hoop spraying down water.
Oh.
So like the finish line has just like water spraying down on top.
But then it'll cause an issue with some of the cars that are running without any hoods, right?
Well, then why?
No?
It'll evaporate as soon as it touches the mouth.
Okay, all right. I'm just wondering then.
Ain't gonna cause an issue.
Which, by the way, I looked at the there was a point at the event where I was saying like, I asked you like, what is preventing somebody from running without like a hood or a trunk or anything like that? And you mentioned
Kevin
that
Lawrence did.
Huh?
Kevin Lawrence, he ran without a hood.
Yeah,
he ran
did.
without a hood. Taylor Hall ran without a trunk at one point.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
So I was like, whoa, what's
Can't
the
open up if it's not there.
That's true. That's true.
Uh,
Anywho,
Roll
okay,
safe.
so we're gonna go ahead and switch gears, but before that, guys, if you haven't done so already, go to the Clutch Kickers YouTube channel. Check out the after movie. It's great content. It's 1 hour long, but you're gonna enjoy it. It's gonna run by, and you're not even gonna notice it. Next event, like we mentioned, August 20 through the 22nd. If you're looking for hotel accommodations, be sure to check out the Island Hotel Resort. It's right on the beach. It's beautiful, marvelous. And if you don't want to go there, I would for accommodations definitely go there regardless, because you're going to see drivers, judges, dolphins, all sorts of things, stingrays. I'm telling you, that place is magical. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Now, moving on to something that is a bit of a surprise, but let's go ahead and play the trailer and let's see if the audience can spot something in particular here.
well, you got a couple, you know, particulars. You
yeah.
got a bunch of people in there.
Yeah, just- let's just play it.
Hang on.
Let's just play it.
Let's just play it. Let's play it.
Let's just play it. Hang on, let me go full screen over here. Enhance it. Let's switch over there, and then bam.
You played the video games.
Video games.
Now, you get the real deal. So you know the deal. You get away, it's yours. Get some!
I am here to win.
The goal is to basically survive. Get out as fast as I can. He's coming out. There we go. Get away.
There he is.
Spoiler alert! Damn it, Paul.
Right there.
If you wreck or get caught,
Oh, that was the bad
I get
one
a
they're talking
refund.
about.
Yeah.
24 of America's best drivers put their own cars on the line in a real-life chase.
That was Alex.
Getaway
Or Alex.
Driver, Monday, July 19th at 9 on Discovery and stream on Discovery Plus.
Did Alec get away?
I don't
Hang
know.
on,
I didn't
hang
talk to
on.
him.
We
Okay.
can't talk about the
Before
results.
we get into that, okay, Tim,
Yes.
care to tell us what you can tell us about this particular show and why we're playing back that trailer for it?
Okay, so I can tell you quite a bit. I just can't tell you results,
Okay,
right? So let's just start. Should I start at the beginning? Like how? Okay, so basically, I got a random phone call from Josh Mason.
Okay.
Now, well, I can't say it's random because I have talked to Josh Mason after we had interviewed him quite a few times, actually, just about cars. And he's just such a cool guy to talk to. He's going into contracting. He told me he was taking a break from this season of Clutch Kickers. And I told him I was a contractor as well. So we had a lot in common. We actually, a couple times, we talked for like almost an hour and a half on the phone. So it's like, like you meet when you first meet your girlfriend, you talk for the hours and hours. It just seems like, just seems like a couple minutes. Anyways, I'm just joking.
Sorry, Josh.
So, yeah, sorry, Josh. But anyway, so Josh called me. He said, "Hey, I just want to let you know that." Oh, actually, no, it didn't happen like that. Okay, so I got a random phone call from one of the casting call companies that were looking for drivers for the show. She told me about the show. She said the show is supposed to go down next week. I'm like, okay, well, my car is for the most part ready. She made sure to tell me that it involves being chased by a pursuer, and that there is a good chance your car is going to receive damage, and that the show is not going to pay any of the damages. If you get hurt and you're injured, then they cover that, right?
Yeah.
Therapy, whatever, anything that had to do with personal injury, they would cover. But they would cover your expenses, your gas, and food. And then they said one of the requirements was, does my car have a 4-point roll cage? It did not. So that was something that I'll explain in a minute that I was able to get on in the car as a result for doing the show for nothing, I guess you could say. So I'm talking to her. I'm like, okay, it's just a random phone call. I'm like, yeah, sure. That's something that I would love to do. Why not? Right. I've been dying to get into hyperdrive. Like I was like, I would love to do hyperdrive. So I was like, well, maybe this is kind of a similar kind of platform. So it'd be fun. So I said, absolutely, I'll do it. And I said, I was like, how did you get my name? Because I'm not like a major influencer on any of the social media pages. Right. And I'm all the way down in South Florida. And who really knows me? Why would you reach out to me? And then she told me, oh, I talked to Josh Mason and he recommended you and a couple other drivers.
Oh.
So I reached out to Josh Mason and we had a great conversation. I thanked him. He said he didn't want to do the show because he didn't want to have his car damaged. He was like, I put too much money into my car to get it destroyed and then have to fix it again for nothing.
Who can blame him?
Yeah, I don't blame him whatsoever. I didn't have something that had built from scratch. It was, for the most part, just a 350Z that I had done a little bit of work to. But, you know me, I don't like to hit stuff. So that I'm already kind of going into the show with a handicap. Mm-hmm. So I get another call and do some interviews. Like I would do like a Zoom chat. Mm-hmm. And then they would have me record while they were asking me questions and have me answer these questions. And that went on for like 2 weeks. And then I didn't hear anything back. I didn't have a full guarantee because this wasn't the actual production company. This was a casting agency for the production company. So after like a week went by, I was like, oh, probably not going to be anything. Then boom, I get a call and it said, hey, and this was actually one of the producers of the show saying, hey, we want you to come up here. Can you be up here in like 3 days?
Oh boy!
So I'm like, well, I don't have a 4-point cage yet. I mean, I have to take off work, right?
Yeah.
So I told him I'll make it. I talked to the wife, of course, and told her she's like, absolutely, you got to do this. Now this was all the way up in Georgia, so it was about a 11-ish hour drive from here. Mm-hmm. So I have the trailer already, I have the truck. It was just a matter of getting the cage in. So I had to make a call to Jackson Performance, Chris Jackson. Say, hey, listen, world famous Chris Jackson. Hey, listen, I'm making the show. We got to put a 4-point roll cage in. When can you do it? Now, I talked to him on Thursday, and actually at this point, I still didn't have the 100% go ahead because I had to get a price, then call back the producer or one of the producers and say, this is how much it's going to cost. Get the okay from him. So then he gave me the okay on Saturday morning. Of course, didn't have time to do it then, and Chris I don't think he was going to be there on Sunday. So I show up at Jackson's shop at like Monday morning, like around 10 o'clock, and I'm grinding paint and he's bending, and we're able to bang it out in like, I want to say 4, maybe 5 hours tops, bending it and
That's
welding
fast.
it in. Yeah, bending it and welding it in, taking the trim out and everything like that, getting the car back on the trailer. Mind you, when I pulled my car into Jackson Performance shop, my car is apparently lower than most of the Z's, all the Z's that go in there. So when I went to pull in, I couldn't get in, right? So it was
I have a
just
story
burning out.
about
It wouldn't get in. So okay, so I already know that this chase is going to be in a compound that's going to be a mix of gravel, dirt, and some pavement. So my car doesn't even fit in the. I'm so low I can't even get in the Jackson shop.
Oh.
So I didn't have any time to to change the suspension setup, to get tires. Some of the other drivers, Nick Ward was in it. He knew 6 or 7 months in advance. So his car was raised up. He was able to mentally prepare to go full send. He had rally tires. You know what I'm saying? He was more prepared. Here I am just trying to slap a cage in there. In the back of my head, I'm like, I just want to make the show. So struggle to get my car in, struggle to get my car out. Once I get the car in the trailer, I realized pulling in the Jackson shop, my car was so low, it cracked the front radiator support,
Oh boy.
which cracked the radiator.
Ooh.
So now got the car on the trailer, heading up to Georgia, thinking I'm going to be on the show in like 2 days. I got a 12-hour drive. I got to find
I found your radiator.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I got to find a radiator. So then I reach out to you guys. Paul finds a shop. What was the name of the shop? It was
You put it on the YouTube.
yeah, I did put it on YouTube. It was I can't. Locked and Loaded Garage. Found these guys in Daytona. On my way, I pull off. I go there. It's at night. The guy has like a sick Supra in there. He's got all these E30s. Like it's a small little shop, but it was just so cool. Like they made like carbon fiber toilet seat lids and stuff. It was just like, it was so cool. The guy made me coffee, and then we're talking. I'm telling him about the show and all this stuff that's going on, and then he's just like, I go, say, how much do I owe you? He's like, you know what? Don't even worry about it. He goes, you seem like a cool guy. He goes, just take it. So he gave me a radiator and the radiator fans for nothing.
Nice.
Right.
Well,
so yeah, that was huge.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul. Absolutely, Paul, for finding that. He found it on Facebook. Be able to find it that quick. I had Guillermo. Whoop whoop. I was gonna say something else. I was gonna say his old saying from back in the day.
Yeah.
So Guillermo was trying to work on one in Georgia because I actually go right by Savannah to get to where the set was.
Mm-hmm.
So he was working on something. He couldn't find anything, but Paul came through clutch and found these guys, and these guys were super awesome, locked and loaded. If you get a chance to check them out,
I find it for him, and then he wants me to bargain price. I'm like, are you serious?
This
is literally on the way, and you want me to bargain with the guy about like $10? He's like, can you get it for like 75? I'm like, are you serious?
Well, I mean, I was just like, I was trying
You
to
ended
get.
up paying nothing anyway.
Yeah, I ended up paying nothing. So, anyways, so that's what's
coffee
going
out
on.
of it.
So the car is on there. So okay, I'm going up, and with hardly any time to really set up the car like the way it should have been. So I get there. Thank God it was nice and cold out. I had the car on the trailer. All the drivers were in this hotel. We were not allowed to talk to each other. The drivers were not supposed to talk to each other. We were not supposed to be downstairs in the lobby. They wanted everybody separate. I kind of wandered around town by myself quite a few times, and I got to sample some of the local restaurants and stuff, so that was cool. So anyways, we're at the hotel. I get there late Monday night. They gave us cash for food. I had to get COVID tests. They tested us. I got tested twice.
I forgot about that.
Some people are getting tested every day.
Oh my!
And it was the one that go all the way up your nose. Oh, it was horrible.
Fun.
So yeah. So anyway, so I'm there, and I'm like, okay, I need time. Like, I'm really hoping they don't call me, because they don't tell you when you're coming on. You get the call and says you're going on tomorrow, and they usually tell you like the night before, like, hey, you're coming on tomorrow.
Oh,
they kind of left it up in the air. Joel from Drift HQ, he was on the same episode as I was.
okay.
He was there for like 2 weeks, every day, not knowing. And he ended up making the last day of filming. I don't know if we're gonna be last episode, but we were the last day of filming.
Didn't you compare it to Caddyshack? I think it was. Like they experienced something like Caddyshack.
I don't know. Maybe
I think
did.
you mentioned it, like something like that.
Maybe.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. So anyway, so I'm at the hotel. I have this radiator. I got to install, and I'm like, at minimum, I have to raise the front of the car up, because like my car is just way too low, right? If we couldn't make it in Jackson's shop, and I'm hearing rumors that it's mostly gravel and dirt. I'm just like, my car's there's just no way. My car's not going to make it through it. I raised the front up like 2 inches, which still really wasn't enough. I think raising my car up was still lower than Gabby's car. right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't raise the back because I didn't have time. And then here I am with broomsticks to the wheels trying to do an alignment, right? So, anyways,
wait, where'd you find the broomsticks?
I just happen to have them in the back of my
local
truck.
witches.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I asked, some witches flew down. They let me the broomsticks.
Okay,
So I do
that makes sense.
I do a somewhat alignment on the car. I get the radiator in. I flush it. There was an auto parts store not too far away, so I was able to get what I needed. And then I get the phone call. I was there. I got there late Monday night. I was there Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I think Friday I got the call to be on Saturday. So I'm like, okay, I'm actually, because you don't really know if you didn't make the show, they did pay you per day. But if you make the show, then you don't get that pay per day. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get
So
it.
like, because I guess your reward for making the show is making the show. If you don't make the show, then they compensate you for your time that you spent there. That's
okay.
the thinking. They didn't tell us who the hosts were going to be, so we had no idea who the hosts were. I get to the set. They do a COVID test the day before, and then I go in the next day. Actually that night I brought the car in, and I brought my car in the trailer and bring it in and leave it there overnight. Go back to the hotel first thing in the morning. Go to the set. They keep us in this little room the whole time. Like you can't see what's going on. They don't want you to see the compound. Like they didn't want to show you anything. They said, we will take you out there for about a 10-minute tour around the whole complex and show you where everything is. They don't show you where the exits are. They tell you there's, I believe it was 2 or 3 exits, or there's 5 exits. There's 3 that are open, and you have to find one of those before you get caught. You have 2 pursuers. So you have free reign of the compound, and they take you around a little bit, but it's really not enough to get your bearings.
Mm-hmm.
I knew in my head where I wanted to go, so I made a game plan. That's all I can say with that. I don't think it worked out as well as I thought I was going to do, but it was just a super exciting thing to be there. And once you're there, you realize how big of a scale it actually was. I mean, they had pyrotechnics, things that were going to blow up. They had all the pursuers had like Crown Vics, and like the first round was like 2 pursuers, and if you made it past the first round, then you had 3 pursuers and 1 exit. The odds were way stacked against you. Mm-hmm. And when they took me out there and drove around, I mean, there were rocks like this, like all over the place. And then there were spots, they said you can cut through the grass, but they had like one of the crew cut through the grass in like a little minivan. And they're like, yeah, well, they got stuck. Because there's a rebar from what was there before. And you don't know where it is.
Okay.
So, okay,
Wow.
I'm not going through the
rebar.
grass. Right. So they got stuck on rebar, one of the rental vans that the crew was using. They went through the grass and they got stuck.
Wow.
Yeah, so then we do the interviews, and everything's just like, wow, this is so cool. They keep putting us back in this room. They pull us out, put us back in this room. They film it, pull us back in this room, and then we're sitting there, and they don't tell you who the hosts are going to be. And prior to that, one of the producer, I don't know what everybody's label is, but one of the staff was like, hey, who do you guys think it's going to be? I'm thinking, well, just thinking of what the show is, I go, there's got to be one of the people from Fast and Furious. It's got to be.
Oh.
I was thinking like Han, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that. And she didn't say anything because they wouldn't tell us. And I wore my tuna no crust hat, so I'm a Fast and Furious nerd. I love the show.
Movie.
The movie, yeah. Love the movie. Not all of them, like the first 3. Anyways,
Yeah.
So I'm super excited. So we're sitting there, and then here comes this RTR Mustang comes out, and who gets out was Letty, or Michelle Rodriguez. So I'm like, I know I'm still like starstruck, and I don't really usually get starstruck, but I'm gonna look like the biggest dork in the world when they show me like my face when she comes out. I'm gonna be pretty super excited. Now they tell you to be like over excited, and they want you to be more
No need at that point.
animated,
because-
right? I didn't. It came natural.
Yeah.
So she comes out, and I'm just like, oh, and I'm like trying to throw Fast and Furious lines at her, and then she's like, oh, she said something, and she's like, she goes, not only you get the money, but you're also going to get the respect of your other drivers. So what you're saying is I get to keep the money and I get the respect. And if you know Fast and Furious, that was one of the first lines when Paul Walker was talking to Vin Diesel when he was trying to get in their little crew, and he didn't have any money. He had the pink slips. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
You
He's
said
like,
that?
I said so. I told Michelle, I go, so what you're saying is I get to keep the money and the respect. because that's like word for word, like Paul Walker said in the thing. And,
And-
she kind
and
of
what
looked
was-
and she laughed, and she's like, and then she started saying it.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if she would originally was saying that before, but I know after I said it a couple times, she started saying it. So I got because of the whole COVID regulations, I wasn't really able to talk too much with her. And then the other guy was a rally driver. Who knows who he is? He was super cool though. Like he loved the Advance. I forget his name though, but he was super cool. But I was just like, who are you? You know, Letty's like the one. You know, nobody cares about what you're doing here. You know, she's the one who's bringing the show.
Yeah.
So, but he comes over. He's like, man, you sure you want to leave the Advans on for this? I'm like, yeah, you know, whatever. But she came over. She signed my helmet. She signed my steering wheel. But unfortunately, with COVID and social distancing, we weren't really allowed to interact with them too much.
Yeah, so you couldn't drop any more Fast and Furious lines. It was just that one
I
moment.
dropped every single Fast and Furious line I could think of that fit. Probably that some of them didn't probably make even any sense when I said them, but you know, to me, a lot of things I say make sense in my head when it comes out, not so much. So, anyways, it was a super awesome experience. Yes, you didn't get anything really, right? If you won, you get $2,000. The first round, the second round, I think the maximum amount of money I think that they said you could walk away if you win and you only win money if you escape, if you get out of the compound, is like $7,000. So it's really not all that much money at stake. If you think about some of the cars that were there, like
there's more money.
There was some of the cars that were there. A lot of drifters were there. A lot of drifters.
Well, Alex car's there. And he
Alex
was
car was
driving
there.
his
Joel's
through
car
there.
was there. Austin, he's the sideways sheriff. He was there. Austin and Joel from Drift HQ. Well, Austin, the sideways sheriff, and then Joel from Drift HQ. They were in the episode with me. But Nick Ward was there.
What's his name from?
RJ from Big Duck Club was there. What's the guy that drives the old pickup truck that drifts the old pickup truck with the?
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I know.
He was there.
Who was driving the Pickle Rick car? That's T-Pain's car.
Maybe T-Pain was.
Maybe it was.
Maybe it was. I didn't see him. I don't know all the drivers that were there. There were a couple like stunt. There were actually some stunt drivers from movies that were competing as well.
Oh wow! Really?
Yeah. So it's gonna be an exciting show, but I will tell you, Nick did amazing. But this show really came.
No spoilers.
No, I'm just saying he did amazing. I'm not saying anything else.
Oh.
But he did amazing, so much so that the pursuers came up to him after. Were just like, "Wow, dude, you're on fire."
Yeah.
Carry on.
All I can tell you is that this show, it really wasn't so much about skill, it was about making the right choice, and it really had more to do with luck than anything. Like they had one lady that was like a soccer mom that had like a supercharged van or something.
Yeah.
So it really came down to luck and just picking the right spot. You had no idea where the pursuers were going to start from.
Mm-hmm.
And so you just get blindly thrown into this compound. Not really, you know a little bit of where everything is, but not enough to. It's not like right on the street. Running from a cop on the street when you know the neighborhoods is totally different. It's higher speed. This was a very tight.
Do you speak of that from experience?
Yes, yes, I do.
Yeah.
This was a long time ago, but we knew the streets, right? We knew where to go. We knew where the cutoffs were. So, and you had a distance. You knew where they were. This was, you're getting thrown right into the shark or lion's den. Let's just say you're getting thrown right into the lion's den. You know where they are, and you just hopefully you make the right choices. So it's going to be exciting to see all the episodes. I'm looking forward. I'm going to be in episode 5.
Okay.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. Can't wait for the show to come on, man.
Yeah, no, it's going to be super excited.
Yeah.
Super exciting. I am
exciting.
super excited.
I wonder how many other people were actually in it that we know that we don't know.
It's
that
24
were in it.
drivers total.
Yeah.
Really? That's it?
Each
Each episode.
Drivers.
Each episode had 3 drivers.
Oh, really?
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a lot smaller. Okay, than I thought. Okay.
Each episode had 3 drivers.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
really?
it's good because too many drivers, then you don't get enough screen time, and then and
The only thing that I would say that I think would it may have been better for the show, which what do I know, is what they did with Hyperdrive is you had time to develop that not relationship backstory, but the viewers had time to like fall in love with the characters or who they were. Right? You had
relate to them.
Shredder, Feeling Shredder.
Mm-hmm.
You had
Yeah,
Sarah
Sarah
Harrow. You had who's the French guy? I forget his name.
Alex Francois.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah, you had
Diego.
Diego
Higa. You had Joao Barrion.
Right. So you had these
Farouk Kouai,
right,
which
so-
was also there.
Yeah, he was. I did actually.
Yeah.
Farouk was actually in the show. I got to the day before I was going in, he was leaving, and I got to catch up with him. He actually said he would come on the show. I got to reach out to him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. And he was driving back to California.
He's a cool guy.
But you like with Hyperdrive, you had more time to like follow the character and grow with them and win and lose with them, right? This is going to be more of a one episode, one and done. So it's going to be interesting. They had me send them as much footage of me driving, raw footage, which was hard to find, of me driving as I could. Pictures of when I was young with my son, because I guess they want to develop that story as being a single dad and having a child at a young age and everything. But like at my age, I didn't have a cell phone back then.
Yeah.
So like all the video that I have of my son and us going to car shows, Paul was always going to car shows with me too. All that time that we spent, it wasn't like I had a phone to record this, you know? So it may be on a tape somewhere, but I unfortunately, they wanted more of that old school footage to, I guess, to build that audience for my character. But unfortunately, I was only able to send them some pictures and whatever video I could. So we'll see how it comes out.
Damn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I really can't wait.
I'm hoping this. So I don't know. Sorry,
No,
to
it's
cut you
cool.
off.
I'm just excited for you.
I'm hoping this
honestly.
leads into something else because one of the things I told them, I was like, hey, listen, any driving show, hosting thing, anything you guys, I put me on a list.
As long as Michelle Rodriguez is there.
That would be a bonus. But one thing I will say is that if this leads into something else, like another show, this would be awesome. It's great. It's a great experience. It really was a great experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have more footage now to present to them.
Yeah, and only one thing I could say if Michelle Rodriguez would ever see this
Oh boy.
is when I was at the start line, I
She will
have a little
never see this.
Tabasco.
I guarantee.
Huh?
She will never see this.
She will never see this. But if she was
chance.
ever to see this, I have a little Tabasco hot sauce container hanging from my rear mirror. And she said, oh, Chula's better. And at the time, I was like, Michelle Rodriguez, of course it is. I agree with whatever you think. And then as soon as I was like, no, it's not.
Oh boy.
Chipotle flavored Tabasco
Is
is
the
the best.
Yeah, no,
Is
I
way
agree.
better than Chichula.
How so?
How so? The flavor.
No,
It is.
yeah, the Chipotle. I hated Tabasco until they came with Chipotle Tabasco.
And the jalapeno
I don't
Tabasco
like the
is
I don't like the jalapeno.
is better than Chichula. Chichula is good,
Isn't it
but it's not
Cholula?
the Cholula.
I think it's Cholula.
Cholula. See?
Yeah.
I can't even say it right because it's not as good. But Tabasco.
Okay.
Well, luckily we
Chipotle
have an authentic Mexican here to
Yes, and that's
keep you in check.
that's my Mexican fact checker.
Yep.
So
He's the Mexican sack.
you're the Mexican Zach.
Disclaimer: I am not Mexican. I am Cuban.
He's practically Mexican. He's practically Mexican.
Practically Mexican.
Anyway, so yes, Michelle Rodriguez, if you ever watch this, Chipotle flavored Tabasco is better than Cholula.
Okay.
End of story.
Okay.
All right.
I'll shut up.
All right, so you heard it and you saw it, watched him on episode 5, or just watch the show.
Yeah, just
You
watch
get
the
away
show.
from
Watch them
her. It's coming on.
There's so
the
many
Discovery.
drifters on the show. You got to watch it.
Yeah.
That's true too. Make it a whole event. Should have live streamed it, maybe. Might have worked out.
Oh, we weren't allowed to have our phones on us. They took our phones from us and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
In any case, check it out. It's coming on what was the date?
Discovery
July,
Channel?
It's
July 19th.
July 19th is first episode.
First episode, Discovery Channel,
Coming
and
soon.
check whatever streaming service you have, because I'm pretty sure they'll have it streaming there. So, aside from Clutch Kickers and Tim going away to potentially get his car damaged, there was a Formula Drift event that took place over in
Oh yeah,
English
that
Town.
little series, right?
That little series.
Yeah, little series.
Yeah, funny. Yeah, so they had an event over at Englishtown where this was a new, it was a new track to the
Destruction Derby.
series, but not a new track in general, because we have seen some events take place there before.
Not on that track though.
Not on that specific track, but they have been to Englishtown before.
Yes.
To what?
Yeah, the road course.
They used to do the road course when?
Yeah, back in 2007 or 8, around there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But didn't they
The hell
have
with
an
the
event
COVID
there
thing?
at that particular?
Around that time, like 2008, 2007.
No, at that track that they used.
No. Oh, well, they've had the Gamblers.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I thought you were talking about Formula Drift itself.
No, I'm saying
yes.
it's new for the series.
Yes, it's new for the series. Yes, the
But
track
it's not
has-
new in general because we've seen some drift carnage take place before. Like, for
Yes.
instance, Dmitry Brutsky.
Oh,
Right?
Wrecked his car.
Yeah.
Salvio wrecked his
Salvio.
car. Thomas Miata wrecked his car. Pretty much, it's the wrecker. They
Yeah.
should call it not the gambler, the wrecker.
Thunderdome. I don't know.
Well, the event is called the Gauntlet, right? For Formula Drift. So it kind of
You know, it reminds me of, remember when was it Nopi Drift came to the Dolphin Stadium
Okay.
and somebody
Put K-rails everywhere.
K-rails everywhere.
They made a track
Like
of
a
the
third
K-rails.
gear entry to a 90-degree K-rail turn. Like
Yeah.
it was like, what in the world are they thinking?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chelsea had the purple Miata with the diesel stack off the hood.
Yeah, he had that.
Nick Hogan was there.
Yeah, Nick
Yeah.
Hogan
Viper.
was there in a Viper,
Harry was driving the E34.
which he always did.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're off subject here.
Anyway. Okay.
Tangent.
Yeah. So round 3, Formula Drift, the Gauntlet in New Jersey, Englishtown. It is a new track for the series, and it's not my favorite layout.
I didn't watch. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I saw some highlights.
Yeah. So, but I did want to talk about some of the disaster for qualifying. It was
Disaster?
the lights were out.
Oh,
that's
because
right.
of
Power
the
line.
tent,
Power line.
the tent that was hanging on the power pole.
Yeah. So yeah. Actually, we were interviewing Will Parsons that night, and I had my phone here waiting to see if qualifying was going to resume, but it couldn't. At that point, Chelsea Denofa was number 1 qualifier, but they still hadn't run all their first runs. Then they resumed it in the morning at 8 a.m. And
Hang on. I don't understand why they couldn't continue with qualifying. They've ran like qualifying without lights before.
Right.
We saw it like 2 years ago. I
Right.
believe it was Texas or St. Louis.
St. Louis.
And it was for Pro 2. The lights went out. And they were like, well, we can still run it somehow. Let's just do it. And they ran without the lights.
Yeah, that was pretty disastrous too.
What do you mean this is disastrous? They got the results that they wanted.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the scores were off because they couldn't see anything. But anyway,
They got binoculars. They
We've
have the
done it
means. They
before.
have the-
Remember we used glow sticks.
Yes.
Remember we put glow sticks on the clipping points.
Maybe that's why they put those. Was it Type? Is it Type S?
Type S, yeah.
The lighting, the LED lights, the LED strips. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what it is as a backup plan to prevent
Turn on- yeah, turn
that
on-
from happening.
Yeah,
again.
it's actually
Well, either way, something interesting that happened was that they did their first runs. They finished them in the morning, but then there was 3 zeros, which was funny. Adam LZ was one of them. Chris Forsberg was another. And then you had Ryan Literal in the...
Why is that funny?
So they didn't qualify.
Because they didn't qualify in their first run.
Oh.
But there was already 30 spots. So of these 3 drivers, one of them was going to get knocked out. So it ended up being that.
Why is it funny though?
Yeah, I don't get the funny part.
Well, because not everybody could run their second. Not everybody was able to run their second qualifying run. You know how like they're supposed to do the not so great 8. Well, all they did was the 3 people who had zeros just do their second qualifying run, and that was it. So it wasn't like yeah. What?
So not everybody got 2 runs, is what you're saying.
Yeah, the people who were supposed to get 2 runs did not get 2 runs.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you're supposed to have 8 more drivers that are supposed to have their second run.
That's why I don't watch this.
So, but they were on a time crunch as well. So because they had to get started on Prospect right after this.
That's fair.
So anyway, Forsberg qualified 31st and Adam LZ qualified 32nd, meaning Ryan Literal did not qualify. So that's 3 events that he hasn't qualified for this year.
RB.
The lone RB in the series still has yet to make
Is
an
that the
event.
only RB in the series?
Yeah, that's the only RB in the series.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Must be a reason for that.
Yeah. Well.
Wonder what that would be.
Anyway, but then it went into Prospect because I don't want to take up too much time with with this.
Please don't.
I got
Dimitri Brewski ones.
Yeah, I don't
Okay,
want to go too late
done.
today because I
Yeah,
got
forget
to cook food tomorrow. We're having a barbecue tomorrow.
Yeah, so Dimitri Brewski, Austin Mata, and Nick Novak are your top
Same people.
3.
Here you go. You win.
And then the same people are leading your championship. So
Hang on, I got a comment. I think that plays on to what Noel's saying about how funny it is. Zach writes, it's funny because the Jay-Z beat the RB by 1 point.
oh, that's true.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
let me tell you, Ryan Little's run was an 84, and he didn't qualify.
Wait, what? What?
What?
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? Why? What? How? Oh, because the 3 guys that actually got qualifying run. That's not fair. Wait, how's that?
Because they couldn't run everybody for their second qualifying run because it was
So it's
a
only
time
going to be the
constraint.
best of the 2. The best of the 2 best of the 3.
Yes. So it was the
So
3
they all-
guys who zeroed. You do your qualifying runs, see who gets in the show
With only 2 spots left.
with only 2 spots left. Wow. Yeah, that's rough.
What?
Shazam.
Yeah. So
You got-
What's the new term?
shafted.
They go, she. Right?
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. We're not gonna.
Noel's not too thrilled
We're
about
not
it.
hip. Okay, so
No,
it's
we're
not-
too old
doing
for
it.
this.
Oh, we are.
What are they talking about?
So anyway,
Am I using it in the right context? That's
I
what
have no idea.
maybe. So, but Chelsea qualified first for the second time in a row.
Wait, hang on. You were going to talk about Pro Spec.
Yeah, I already did.
You already
Yeah,
did? That was
we're good
fast?
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just went through the
Dimitri Brewski's wins. Goodbye.
yeah because he doesn't. nobody wants to talk about it because nobody watches
well,
it.
I have
you
a
know?
quick questions. Okay, how
Okay.
did Ben Hobson do?
Ben Hobson got knocked out in the top 16 or top 8, something like
He
that.
lost a bumper or something, right?
Always.
He just went. No, he almost spun out. Like it was just like crazy what he was doing.
Okay, how
Yeah.
did Andy Haley do?
He got to the top 16?
in
But
Bradley's car.
in Bradley's car again.
Yeah,
So-
Team
crashed
Jackson, Team Jackson performance.
Yeah, actually, in top 32, he did back it into the wall.
Okay, there's
Yeah,
another one that's
but
backing it up.
but he still won that battle.
But that track's like the wrecker. It's
Yeah.
destruction of all
But what's
cars.
funny is in Prospect, everything was in the dry, and there was a ton of wrecks.
Can you pull up when they announced Jeff Jones?
Oh, okay.
Can you pull
Yeah.
that up?
Yeah,
I want
that's-
to show you something.
I will.
Something.
Yeah, something that happened. Anyways,
Okay.
just keep going.
Okay, but it's funny that in Prospect they had a dry track and there was so many wrecks, but then in Pro it was totally wet the whole event and nobody wrecked. I mean, there was spin outs and whatever, but nobody went into
Because
the
you're
wall.
going like 5 miles an hour in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
No, you could still, if you're pushing, you're gonna still.
They weren't going fast in the rain.
You could still push going slow.
I'm not saying that they could have or couldn't have. I'm saying that. Did you see how fast they were going?
Oh,
They
no,
were
yeah,
going like
they-
5 miles an hour.
Yeah, they were going slow.
It was not fast.
Yeah, when you get to Jeff Jones' team. So let me play up to this. So apparently, after talking with Jackson, I was at his shop getting tires on my wife's car yesterday. That they need to get rebalanced, Chris. Anyhow, apparently that they spend a lot of time practicing dance moves, right? And Chris said, he goes, "You guys think we're a drift team that dances?" He goes, "We're actually a dance team that drifts." So they
Oh,
here
there
you
you
go.
go.
Go ahead, play it. Right
Hang
there,
on.
go play it. Put the music on.
Oh, hang on. Let me just get this ready over here. Bam, bam.
And then you got Sarah Harrow she wanted to be the umbrella girl, but Chris said, if you want to be the umbrella girl, here's the dance we're doing. You better have this dance down. Some of the other umbrella girls came up and said, hey, do you guys need umbrella girls? And Chris says, no, we need Sarah. She knows the dance. She knows the dance. So go ahead.
Okay, and there we go.
GT Radios, welcome to the 90 Club, my friend. What kind of dance do you have in store for us? On track, off track, the 818. Say hello to the relentless one, Jeff Jones.
Now wait, stop, pause it right here.
Oh, no.
Oh,
What
happened?
Oh,
They
darn
just playing
it.
picture in picture.
No.
What the freaking hell did you press?
okay, now wait, now stop right there.
I stopped
You
it.
see the guy with the glasses on the left of Chris Jackson. You see Chris Jackson is
Yeah.
leaning back.
Yeah.
That guy is going to high five somebody else and he's going to straight cock Chris right in the nose. Watch.
Oh, okay.
Almost
well,
bust his nose. Right.
let me slow that down then.
Dang, quarter speed.
Watch. Okay. Everybody's happy. Yay. We're dance crew. High five. All right. Yeah. Jeff, I love you, man. I love you too, Chris. Hey, I'm not really in the crew, but hey, I want to high five somebody too. And I'm going to high five somebody and whack. Chris Jackson gets almost
He
knocked
elbowed
back.
him?
Look, he's like almost in the corner.
He's falling over.
Falling
He's-
over.
he's-
Why
and
do I
Sarah's
fight?
laughing in his face.
Yeah, wait, watch when he turn around now. He's gonna be holding his nose right about here. He's like, oh my nose, oh my nose, just go, oh my nose. His nose was busted.
Oh no!
Poor
Hey,
Jackson.
Look at
Look
that
at
guy's like,
him,
hey,
look at him.
what's the matter?
He's
It's like, dude,
oh,
you just hit me in the face.
Oh, man.
Sarah's laughing.
Sarah's like, they don't know. Poor
I
Chris.
gotta go back.
Poor Chris. Oh, that guy just totally whacked him right in the. When I saw him,
Nice stuff.
his nose was a little jacked up.
Wait, where's the? I'm trying to
Keep
find the
going
moment,
about a little
moment
more.
of impact.
Here it
No,
comes.
no, no.
That was right
the guy
after
with the
that.
headphones.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
on the
keep
left.
on-
See
yeah,
his
he just
glasses.
did
Keep
it.
going.
You just did it. Yeah,
Keep going.
no,
Keep
go
going.
back,
Keep
go
going.
back.
More.
Go back,
Another
back,
one,
back.
a little more.
A little more.
Back.
A little more.
Right there.
Boom, elbow. To the nose.
Oh gosh.
That was rough.
High. Bam. Oh. You can't really see it too because Jeff steps right in front of him.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah.
You can see his head go back.
Boom. Oh, what are you high fiving, man?
Look at Sarah's
Sarah,
face.
yeah, she caught it.
She caught it.
And
She's
then
like,
Chris like,
oh, he hit me in my nose. Poor Chris.
Hope you're doing all right, Chris.
Yeah.
That's
Rest
funny.
in peace, Chris's nose. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know if anybody else caught that.
No,
I definitely didn't. Wow, you should be a judge.
He's like crying.
No, I didn't catch. Chris showed me this.
He's like
Oh,
crying.
okay.
I was at Jack's performance and his nose was all jacked up. I'm like, yeah, what
The
happened to
guy's
your
like,
nose?
what's?
He's like, hey. So yeah. So
Wow.
Look, that's Taylor for the girl you interviewed.
what?
What?
That's the girl from Drift Kitchen.
Oh,
that is. You're
yeah,
right. Isn't
that
it?
is her.
That's actually, I think that's Reese Marine's girlfriend or something like that.
Really? Really? Oh.
I don't know. I'm
I
not
did
sure.
not know
That's
that.
what it seemed like.
Spreading rumors.
Spread rumors. That's what I do.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the event.
Yeah.
What happened?
All
But that
right.
was great though, Tim. Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. Top 32 started, and what a shame it was.
What a shame, really?
Wet. It was raining really bad.
Like here, it's been raining for like 3 weeks, almost nonstop.
And we're getting a hurricane, by the way. Hooray!
Yeah, it's only category 1. That's no big deal.
We
I don't
got
get worried
this.
unless it's a 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm not worried
with
unless
you on
it's like
that.
a 5. Then I'm worried.
Yeah, well, I mean,
If
nobody
it's small,
has tree
Yeah,
trunks like you
but
to
a
stand
3,
on. I mean,
the thing is with 3, if it hits you directly, then it's dangerous. If a 3 hits Miami, I don't care. I'll be fine.
Hey.
Well, I'll worry for you. You can come stay with me.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I could stay down there.
we should do a live stream, a hurricane live stream.
yeah, we should just be out there in the middle of
that's in
the
middle of
water.
yeah, it'd be great.
That would be interesting.
We survived a tornado. We can survive a hurricane.
Yeah,
Come on.
hurricane, tornado, alligators.
Yeah.
Magic Mike.
Yeah, definitely. So,
So
no,
yeah, it was
top 32 was a shame because it rained
It was raining
and
slow.
it ruined the spectacle of the sport of the show. No smoke.
Yeah, it was
just
horrible.
mist.
Yeah, so
I turned it off once as soon as it started raining. I was like, hell, I'm not watching this.
okay. Well, anyway,
It's boring.
I'll still watch it. I mean, it's drifting, so
I got better things to do with my time.
He's got plenty on his table.
yeah. So
in his
anyway,
garage.
so as I was saying, yeah, it started raining. Cars were going super slow throughout the track, and it was just. What can you say? And it was a track that I was like, well, it's not maybe the most exciting layout, but I was hoping to see some really good tandems because usually these simpler layouts are really the ones that really bring out the best tandems.
Yeah, because
but-
long sweeping turns, no quick switchbacks, really.
Yeah, especially. Well, there's a few parts where you can get lost in, like through the transitions. They're kind of long transitions. But, you know, it's still, I mean, it should have been like really good tandems. But I did have a few timestamps for you.
Timestamps?
Yeah.
Well, just give me the timestamps and I'll just pull it
Oh,
up.
all right,
Just
well,
give me the
are you
video,
trying to
top
give me
32,
timestamps?
right?
I sent him a text with the timestamps.
Okay. Well, just say it.
Okay. So I got them already.
How many timestamps?
There's plenty.
Okay,
So
well, could we pick like 3?
Yeah, can we not
Yeah.
do all of them?
we're not going to do all of them.
Oh, just
Don't
me.
worry.
That's why I asked you how many. It's just a
Okay,
question. It's a
so-
question.
All right. So if you go to the top 32 video,
Okay.
yeah, which you were on.
I know I was on, but Tim had something important to show with the crowd.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay.
Top 32. Go
So
ahead.
top 32 at 22 minutes and 25 seconds.
So can we start an operation to save Chris's nose?
Make a sticker.
So we're gonna be
again 22.
22, 25.
Okay.
Right there. Okay, so we're gonna be seeing Matt Field versus Jonathan Hurst here. This battle is very interesting
That's
because
a really sharp, like left right. It's kind of. Are they supposed to do a donut before they go through that? Looks like a Gymkhana box, doesn't it?
Is it moving? I don't see it moving. What's the matter?
let me see a hit play.
You're slow. You're slow motion. You're on slow
Oh,
motion.
that's right. I forgot
yeah.
about that. Well, that makes sense. No wonder.
Okay, so what makes this battle very interesting is that there was 2 one more times on this battle. Matt Field didn't qualify as high as you would expect him to, but you can see that Matt Field
What
is
a difference, and like, I mean, he really gave him a lot of space.
yeah. So you're gonna
That's horrible.
This is horrible. This is all horrible.
He's just driving straight.
Hey, it's drifting.
It's drifting in the rain.
Yeah,
So-
but these guys, you know,
You
This
can
is so stupid.
Yeah, so you can see
Oh!
Matt Field drops a tire. Jonathan Hurst actually.
Like you can walk faster than they're driving.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to explain what's going on.
Well, maybe not you.
All right, sorry. I got lost now. So anyway, thanks, Paul. But you can see that you know.
It's pretty evident what's going on over here. Honestly, the rain is not making things exciting.
Yeah.
can you speed it up?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, actually, that would make it a lot better.
Look, this is how
yeah,
I watch.
yeah.
like
Two
the-
times, yeah. There we go.
Oh,
yeah.
there you go.
Oh, yeah.
This is
Now
how I
it's
watch it.
exciting.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
This is much more
Woo!
exciting.
Woo!
Man, it looks so choppy.
Yeah, that's so much better.
Oh, it's fine. It's really smooth.
It's like RC cars.
Yeah, it is.
But
Oh, it's
either
a lot
way,
better.
so you could have fast forward. You could
Well,
go.
You spin up, spin up.
no,
Watch.
Well, you can fast forward through the replays, but
There we go.
You can see Matt Field is much closer, but
Faster.
Faster, you gotta talk fast.
Yeah, twice the speed. Come on.
well, if you keep interrupting, I'm not going to be able to finish, so I'm going to talk fast
Just
like
talk.
this. So he's going around the course. He's a little bit closer to Jonathan Hurst, and but because of that tire drop in his lead
Jonathan
run,
Hurst, isn't that Jonathan Castro?
Nice.
Jonathan
it's Hurst.
Hurst, and now I said Hastro.
Castro.
Thanks. But yeah, that goes into a one more time. So we're gonna have to go to the next timestamp when they come back out, which is 34:15.
I
And
just noticed a typo over here. Instead of from, they wrote form.
oh yeah,
Okay. Oh, side by side action. Okay.
yeah.
Let's see
So
what Noah's talking about.
yeah, it goes to a one more time. So go to 34:15 because I think the call on this on that is gonna
Wait, so
be
you're saying this should not have gone one more time?
this is correct.
So
it's this. It's
The
the
one
one
more
more
time
time.
Was judged poorly.
Yeah, which is where I thought was a little off.
Okay, and then you want me to go to
Why do
where?
you think that should have been a one more time?
That one is fine
Why?
because
Because they both went off track completely, so they both zeroed out the runs.
All right, so you said 34, right?
Yeah, 34:15. Okay. All right. So here we go.
Come on, bro.
Come on, catch up.
So
Okay.
look, you can see Jonathan Hurst is a little ahead of Matt Field. That happened too fast, but nothing too bad. But you can see that also Matt Field pulled away through that middle section after
Hurst
intercup
almost
one.
straightened out going to the transition.
Yeah, he did because he had to catch up.
Yeah.
So fast forward through the replay.
I figured people wanted to see a different angle
Okay, here we go. This is
Okay.
the second half.
to
of
get
the
a better
Yeah,
understanding
so-
what you're talking about.
Here
Go
we go.
ahead.
Matt Field all over Jonathan Hurst, but you could see that Matt Field has,
major
and then
correction.
you see that huge correction right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right there. That's where I thought. Well,
he had two major corrections.
yeah. So I was like, Matt Field should win this, right?
Oh, he didn't win this.
No, they went another one more time.
What?
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah, right here. Look at that. It's huge right there, and but still, Matt Field is all over him. You know,
Yeah, and then Hurst in his follow run, he straightened out pretty much in the transition.
he straightened out pretty hard there. So, so yeah, that goes one more time. But we're not even going to see the third time that they battle because Matt Field does win that. Jonathan Hurst spins out.
No.
So yeah.
Thank you
so
for that.
exciting.
But we're gonna go on to the next one, which is gonna be on the top 16 video.
And did it rain the whole day?
Yeah, almost.
Yeah, it was
at
horrible.
the end, it started drying out, but it was still bad. On the
Those
top
are horrible.
16 video, we're gonna go to 9:25. This is the battle that
9 minutes and 25 seconds.
yes. Oh, by the way, Federico Sharifo won his first battle. But okay, this is the battle that lit the internet on fire.
Really?
Wait, why?
Oh, you'll see it in a little bit. But you could see Simon Olsen all over Ryan Turk. But then Ryan Turk pulls away, and Simon Olsen doesn't have the most exciting transition either. But then we're gonna see what happens in the second, which you're probably gonna have to slow down to be able to catch it real well.
Slow it down just a little bit.
Yeah, just go to like 1.5.
Back. I wanted to see the replay.
Well, no says no.
No, I wanted to see the
It's
replay.
fine.
Yeah.
Why was
False
it a
start?
restart? Why was it a false start?
Yeah, well, somebody jumped the light.
Wait, he's running.
Oh, it's Larry Chen right there. So
Oh, they stopped so that way he could get onto the track. That makes sense. All right.
How considerate.
okay, so here we go. This is where people got a little upset at the result. So we're seeing Simon Olsen going around, leading Ryan Turk. Ryan Turk, man, this is so slow.
So slow.
But
Focus.
here's Ryan Turk, but he doesn't match the angle of Simon Olsen, but he is way closer all the way through. But this is it right here where you see Ryan Turk kind of straighten out for just a second.
Almost right there, too.
Yeah. But Ryan Turk gets the win on that.
Wait. How did he get the win?
Because look at the proximity. Watch.
So what? So I could drive straight behind you and get more proximity and win?
It wasn't straight for long enough. And he was actually trying to stay with the driver ahead of him.
This takes me back to Alec Hondale and Adam LZ.
No, I don't know.
And then if you look at Simon's chase run when he gets gapped, his transition is super slow, almost straightening, and the announcers even called it out too.
Dink.
So right there.
Right there, straighten.
Yeah, but it happens.
And he reinitiates.
Right there again. He reinitiates a lot. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could have gotten one more
Simon
time.
Olsen on the
I think
brake
it
the
could've
entire time?
What was that?
Is he on the brake the entire time?
I
It's
don't know.
like super slow.
No, it's just that track got super greasy. But yeah, that was the internet went crazy over that one. They were like, how can Ryan Turk win that? But it's true that he was all over Simon while Simon was super far away.
They're going to need Officer Dan to do a breakdown of what happened there.
So, yeah. And then one last one I wanted to see is at the 1 hour mark. 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour and 30 seconds.
Me there. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, so
what's happening here?
This is Chris Forsberg against Kazuya Taguchi.
Let's look at it at the standard speed. There we go. There we've gotten
RC cars.
So you can see Forsberg got a little gap, but then pulled it right back. Kazuya is doing a pretty decent job on the lead.
Pulled again.
And then gets pulled a little bit again, but then really doesn't
What the hell was that?
What happened there?
His angle kit came into play.
Squirrely.
His angle kit saved him. So it wasn't terrible, but you could see there was a little bit of grip coming into the track since the drivers started coming off that outer zone there. But this is on the second part of the battle is kind of what interests me.
Is this what lit up the internet just like the other one?
No, it didn't break.
Really?
The internet. No, but it was.
The internet was already broken.
It was, yeah.
Oh, so it didn't even light up the match at all.
Because it was broken already.
Oh,
So here
boy.
we go. Forsberg
Thank
is
you,
in the
Tim.
lead. Kazuya is trying to
Oh,
do
wow, it's
everything.
pretty close.
But then
He's really close.
No,
Ding,
he
ding.
hits him hard.
Yeah,
It's
so.
not hard enough.
Well, I mean, in when you look at it that fast, it doesn't look hard. But yes, it was a hard hit.
It
And
was so slow. It couldn't have been that hard.
It was hard. Go normal speed.
Oh, gosh.
Normal speed. Normal speed, please.
Okay. Is it like that, right?
No, normal.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
You can see he smacks him pretty hard, and in the wet, normally
That doesn't look
That
that
doesn't
hard.
hard.
What are you talking about?
That wasn't
No.
hard at all.
That did not look
but
that hard.
let's be honest about something.
Okay, that's
Here.
all right. Go ahead.
rephrase
They're going
yourself.
so
All right.
slow.
No,
Look how slow they're going.
Anyway,
How's that smacking him?
hang on. He
He
hits him.
tapped him.
He hit him pretty hard.
No, he did not. It's
your
wet.
definition of pretty hard and mine are two different.
Where's the dent? Where's the?
Listen to what I'm gonna say.
Okay, go ahead. Go
There-
ahead.
We all know that there are some people that they would receive that tap and spin out.
What are you trying to say?
trying to say that.
Say names.
He played it straight up.
He's saying that Mr. Forrestberg played it straight. And he didn't take the
He didn't flop.
He didn't do the soccer flop.
He didn't flop.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. Is that I appreciate the fact that
Or he
took it
tried to
straight up.
flop and the car didn't react fast enough and he just
That's true. It's
He said,
possible.
well, I can't flop now, so it's a little too late.
Yeah.
I mean, the car
Well, I
wasn't.
don't understand. So
Go ahead.
he gets hit like that. He doesn't spin out. But
Oh, I thought you were gonna say he doesn't light on fire. Well, I was gonna say before
that too. But he gets hit like that. He doesn't spin out. Odie breathes on his back bumper and he spins out.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I couldn't tell you what happened there, but I could also say that Odie admitted hitting him. So,
Doesn't matter. It wasn't
He hit
enough.
him. His bumper rubbed his bumper. Like it literally moved in maybe a millimeter. Wasn't this battle? It was last year.
So wait. So how would you compare that contact compared to this contact? Because you said that this contact was hard.
Yeah.
What about the one with
Last
Odie?
year.
No, it wasn't that hard, but we don't
It wasn't
know.
hard at all.
But we don't know exactly.
Well, it's last year. It is past.
Yeah. No, I remember it clearly. The thing is that you just don't know exactly how it affects the car when you're not in the car. Things look a certain way, and then they play out totally different. So I mean, I always give the benefit of the doubt, but I just like the fact that he played it straight out. Not any other driver, but there's some drivers that would have been like, we'll spin out right here. It happens a lot.
Yeah, you don't want to say any names, right?
No, there's more than one driver.
More than one. Okay.
Absolutely. So
Hence the top 64.
yeah. So anyway, the event concludes with
Uneventful.
it was
Yeah,
kind
it
of
wasn't eventful. It was.
No, I'm saying because of what happened in the finale, in the final battle.
yeah, exactly. So
Tell us.
all right, so it was Matt Field versus Chris Forsberg in the finals, Forsberg's car just wasn't up to making a pass. So Matt Field gets a bye run and wins the event. So, which is pretty surprising that Forsberg made it so far because he qualified 31st.
Okay.
and he was having car troubles already.
He's been having car troubles.
He's been having car
for
troubles.
several events already.
For past years.
No, last year.
Last year he had car troubles too.
Yeah, at the end. He
Still had car troubles.
Yes, but everybody has car trouble.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Anyway, so
I'm having rap trouble.
what?
Nothing.
Do you want to divulge that into that? Because no, you've pretty much wrapping up, right?
everything.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get a wrap up anyways. I got some, I'm smoking ribs tomorrow. I'm smoking some stuff, so it's gonna
Smoking coffee too.
be smoking
So-
coffee.
Marijuana coffee.
Go
Real
ahead.
quick, I'll just go through the top 5 in points because.
Oh God, we're still going to do this.
No, go ahead. Let him go through.
Oh,
Let him
okay.
just take 2 seconds. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
All right, so number
Turn
5.
it time speed 2.
If you keep talking, it's gonna go slower. So, all right. So number 5. Number 5 in points is Dean Carney. Number 4 is Chelsea Donofa. He fell back.
Denofa.
Okay.
Chelsea Denofa.
Number 3
going.
is Frederick Osbo. He moves up a ton. And then Odie Bakchis moves down to second. He was leading the
Wait,
points.
who
and-
moved up a ton?
Bakshis.
No, Osbo.
Osbo, sweet. All right,
Os-
Freddie.
And then Matt Field is now leading the points, taking it from
That's
Odie.
crazy.
Actually, they battled again. The third event in a row that they battle, and now it's Matt Field 2-1.
This is his first
This
time leading the championship ever.
Yeah, I think so.
Hmm.
So
He's worked hard for it.
yeah, and
He has.
it's his first win in the Corvette. So it's pretty cool that but unfortunately the event was dampened by the rain. So
That worked in his favor, though.
yeah, I mean if that's his preferred.
Remember there was one season. Remember when Michael Essa lucked his way right through the championship, like it was just it just like failure after failure just worked out key for him every time, and he ended up taking the championship. Not that he wasn't qualified, but I'm just saying,
yeah,
like,
exactly. Don't
he
take away
got some.
from
He got some easy points that season. He did. I'm sure he would tell you the same.
Yeah, no, Michael Essa is definitely a great driver. It's just that he got a little luck thrown his way.
Yeah.
Hey, there was a lot of people who got lucky in this event. I mean, just the rain really played better for some cars than others. I mean, the RTR car, Von Gittin got knocked down in the top 32 by Dean Carney. That's
really,
yeah, crazy. Chelsea Denofa spun out at the end of Outer Zone 3, which was kind of weird. But I mean, it's just it plays better for some cars than others, and some drivers prefer the rain, like Dean Carney from Ireland, rainy place, and then people from the Pacific Northwest love the rains because it's always raining up there, so it really helps. Travis Reeder got into the top 4 or top 8. I think he went to the top 4, but I could be wrong about that. So,
all right, cool. Gentlemen,
Yes.
so anything else you want to discuss? I think we pretty much covered everything for tonight's episode. What's 2 weeks from now? What's happening? Do you recall? There's a Sebring event happening July 17.
Sebring, July 17th, yes.
Which is 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to do. I guess we'll figure that out after.
Yeah,
to do a show on Friday night right before the event is going to be kind of rough.
Any updates on the Holy Shift Fest?
Everything's-
Shift. Let me be clear. Shift.
Yeah. Holy Shift Fest still going on. Just make sure if you want to go, you purchase your along with one of your favorite drivers or your buddies, and go with. And it's a lot cheaper that way.
Yeah.
And there are discount coupons, or I think if you post it on Facebook, you get 20% automatically. So it's like instead of $100, it's $80. So there's discounts. I don't think they outlined the discounts as well as they should have. So it's not as much as the initial cost will impact you. It's not going to be as much as that. But if you have any questions, just Holy Shift Fest. I believe they have a Facebook page, Instagram page. Just reach out to them. Bang Coop is the guy that's behind as far as the show and everything. If you want or need information regarding the drifting, the layouts, or schedule, contact Chris Jackson with US Drift Circuit, Jackson Performance, and for more information.
Yep.
Yeah. And also to make sure to, I'm sure the GoFundMe page is going to be going up soon in regards to Chris Jackson's nose surgery.
Oh yeah.
my God.
Operation Save Chris Jackson's Nose.
Yeah, we need to make stickers and bring
Shirts.
awareness.
Well, it's got to happen quick because next week is FD again. So
What color ribbon should we use?
Ribbon?
Yeah, because usually we do a
that's
ribbon as a
right.
reminder.
yeah,
Purple.
Purple.
I say purple.
Okay, so purple. So make sure you guys wear your purple
Yellow.
ribbons.
What are you talking about? Yellow. Chris
Yellow-
Jackson's
yellow's
color is
cancer.
yellow.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you
but
gotta do
yellow's
yellow.
cancer.
Oh.
Black and yellow.
Black and yellow.
Black and
Oh
yellow.
yeah, okay,
Black
so
and
like
yellow.
a striped black and yellow.
Yeah.
No, like a black and a yellow one. If you can't afford, maybe there's not a striped one, but just black or yellow, or both.
Well, yellow's
For
for,
both.
So
cancer.
Formula Drift, you go out to Formula Drift. Yellow's for cancer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Don't you
so
remember,
black. So it has to be black and yellow. So if you go to a Formula Drift, make sure you have a black and yellow ribbon to support Operation Save Chris Jackson's Nose.
Okay. All right. On that note, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We are actually in the works of having a special guest for the next round of passionate proportions. Let's hope it happens. But in any case, we hope to catch you next time, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night.